Miss Huber. This presentation will give you an introduction into many different weather concepts. Weather is a part of everyone's daily life. There are many components that make up daily weather and extreme weather, and it is important to understand them all. Enjoy! The study of weather is called meteorology, and the scientists who study weather are called meteorologists. Meteorologists use different tools to predict the weather. This is called forecasting. Weather forecasting is very important because it allows us to prepare for the weather ahead and to prepare for extreme weather, which can even save lives. There are 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and autumn. As the Earth rotates around the sun, it does not stand perfectly straight. In fact, it is tilted on its axis a bit, and this is what causes the different seasons. The tilt causes different parts of the Earth to be pointed towards the sun. For example, the summer is warmer because the rays of the sun hit Earth more directly. Climate is the average weather for a specific region. Climate is not the same as daily weather. It is the average patterns that occur in a particular region and a particular time period. Different areas of the world have different climate. For example, in the United States, we have a very different climate than the climate of the desert or of the rainforest. Our Earth has a limited amount of water. The existing water keeps going around and around and around the Earth because of something called the water cycle. Basically, the water cycle recycles the water that is already on the Earth. There are 4 main stages to the water cycle: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Evaporation happens when the sun heats up rivers, lakes, and other bodies of water and turns the water into water vapor, or steam. The water vapor then travels into the air, cools, and forms clouds. This process is called condensation. When clouds get heavy, the water falls back to the ground through precipitation. Collection is when water flows back into bodies of water as runoff or soaks into the ground. Clouds are one component of daily weather. A cloud is a large collection of tiny droplets of water or ice crystals that are so light they can float in the air. There are 3 different levels of clouds: cirrus clouds, which are the highest, alto clouds, which are the middle level, and stratus clouds, which are the lowest. The clouds usually look white because they reflect the light of the sun, but they look gray when they are very thick and it's about to rain or storm. Clouds are moved by wind. Wind is air in motion. The 2 measurements of wind are wind speed and wind direction. Wind speed is measured by a tool called an anemometer, and wind direction is measured by a windsock or a wind vane. A man named Sir Francis Beaufort created a scale called the Beaufort scale that meteorologists use to categorize the strength of the wind. Fronts are another important part of weather. A front is a boundary between 2 different air masses, which are extremely large bodies of air that can control weather. A cold front replaces warmer air with cooler air. A warm front replaces cooler air with warmer air. When fronts come in contact, it usually causes rainy or stormy weather. Temperature is, of course, another very important part of weather. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness. Meteorologists measure temperature using a tool called a thermometer. Temperature is usually measured in degrees Fahrenheit, which we use in the United States, or degrees Celsius. 2 factors that affect temperature are the wind chill index and the heat index. The wind chill index is the temperature that you feel when the air temperature and wind speed are combined. The faster the wind moves, the colder it feels. The heat index is the combination of temperature and humidity, which is moisture in the air. Humidity is measured with a hygrometer. When there is more humidity, it feels warmer. Another common aspect of weather is precipitation. Precipitation is any water that falls to the ground. It can be in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Meteorologists use a tool called radar to see rain and snow before it comes. This can determine the intensity of the precipitation, like the size of the hail and the amount of rain, and allows meteorologists to make accurate forecasts. In the sky, water droplets form through evaporation, which we discussed earlier. A collection of water droplets is seen as clouds. If clouds are big enough, water droplets begin to bump together and create even bigger drops. When the drops get so big, they get heavy and fall to the ground as rain. Fun fact, when rain falls, it moves between 7 and 18 miles per hour. Thunderstorms are the pairing of rain, thunder, and lightning. Thunderstorms are caused by moisture and warm, unstable air masses. Lightning is a flash of electricity that is caused by frozen raindrops bumping into each other. Thunder is caused by clouds moving in the sky. Thunderstorms usually happen in the spring and summer, but they can happen all year round. Although many components components of weather aren't dangerous and happen just about every day, some types of weather are considered extreme and can be very dangerous. Different parts of the United States can have different types of extreme weather. Some examples of extreme weather are hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, wildfires, floods, and monsoons. A hurricane is a storm that can be up to 600 miles across. It has winds that spiral as they blow and can reach speeds of 75 to 200 miles per hour. Hurricanes form over warm ocean water and can last for over a week. The center of the hurricane, called the eye, has calmer winds and clear weather. Meteorologists call small hurricanes tropical storms. A tornado is a large column of air that can be violent when it rotates. Tornadoes can have wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour and can cause serious damage. Tornadoes usually come from thunderstorms when warm, moist air and cool, dry air meet to create instability. Tornadoes are often recognized by their funnel-shaped clouds. An earthquake is the sudden shaking or shock of the surface of the earth. This is the way that the earth releases stress on the plates, or huge pieces of land that make up the earth's surface. When the plates move, they put so much force on the other plates that they eventually crack under the pressure, and we feel an earthquake. The intensity of an earthquake is measured with a tool called a seismograph. A wildfire is an uncontrolled fire that often starts in a forested area, but can occur in other areas. Wildfires can be caused by lightning, man-made fires, or even a volcano. Heat waves and droughts, or a period of time when there is very little rain, can increase the risk of wildfires. Hot, dry winds can make wildfires even worse and very difficult to extinguish. Floods come from long periods of heavy rain or even from a lot of melting snow. All of the extra water causes rivers and other bodies of water to rise and flow over the banks. A flood can be very dangerous and cause a lot of damage. Flash floods are floods that occur very suddenly and after a very intense rain. Fun or not so fun fact, it takes just 2 feet of water for a large vehicle to float away. I hope this presentation was informative and sparked your interest to learn more about different components of weather. Thanks for watching!